So Arsenal 4, Crystal Palace 1. Managerless Palace put to the sword today quite comfortably, Kenny. That was an absolute masterclass in how to finish a football match and run a football match and manage a football match, because we needed a performance today, and we definitely got one. After that performance on Thursday, which very, very upsetting and disappointing for us, we needed to go out there and put a shift in and put a performance in and say, no, this league is ours. And we definitely did that today, didn't we, mate?
Definitely. Like Crystal Palace normally give us a good game, causes a lot of problems. Usual suspects, Sahar. But today, there was a massive depth of quality in which there normally isn't when we play them. They normally give us a very good game, especially the Emirates. But today, you could just tell from the kickoff that we were up for it. The way we were like pressing them, putting our passes in, run off the ball. Martinelli was giving poor old Joel Ward a big run around, and poor old Tompkins had to come and help his mate Ward out. So I don't know. Maybe if they played Klein might have given that more of the attacking impetus. But saying that, the first goal just emphasised how strong we were. So hard didn't want to know. Ben White got in front of him, took the ball off him, and then created. And there was part of that move which created a goal. A little interchange with, I think it was just Saka, and then crossfield pass. Martinelli, bang! What a goal! But the second goal was just emphasises, a continuation of what happened, at River Thames when we played Fulham. When again we're in behind them, we're making passes, making little runs. If the move breaks down, our heads don't go down. We go in again, getting behind them. Bosh! What a goal! Brilliant football. And then Granit Xhaka gets his customary goal, which he seems to be getting in at the end and moves again. He's getting further forward, bang. And then Saka scores a great goal, assist by Tierney. And I think, the pleasing thing about that is that players who came in states, Rob Holding, special mention to him, because, he's not like what we consider to be the Arsenal quality of 22-23 season, where we want players who can help us win the league. But when you come in and perform like that, and, there doesn't seem to be like an after effect of losing our number one player, it's very, very pleasing for the manager, pleased for the fans as well, because it was a very, very good game. We had an excellent game. He had a bit of a Willie Young Sahar when he lost Sahar, but apart from that, kept Sahar quiet. Also, Austin Edouard, struggled, and that's all down to Rob Holding's brilliant play. And you can't question it. And then even the subs, they had a bit of fun. Creating even an assist. So I don't know. All in all, good day at the office. But most importantly, shows we mean business. We've got the cobwebs from Thursday out of our minds.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it was just pure domination, really. And they had their chance with Zaha where he hit the post and it bounced off of Ramsdale's feet and nearly went in. I mean, that was my heart was in my mouth when that happened. I thought after Emi Martinez does that up at Villa Park the other week, I was thinking, no, we were all sitting there laughing. Ramsdale, please let it go wide. But yeah, it was great, man. It was great to watch. And after watching that on Thursday, we needed that performance big time, mate, because I think a lot of people were getting upset with the fact that we keep winning competitions, especially us. We were very angry with the fact that we found them away. But today, every single one of them players knew what they had to do, and they did it pretty damn well today. The first 20 minutes was a little bit giving the ball away stupidly, not shooting what we should. As soon as we got that Martinelli goal, mate, and what a finish that was there. As soon as we got that goal, they didn't have a clue. They could not get near us. Ben White, I thought, was man of the match for me today. I thought he was quality. Thomas Partey, it was second.
Well, that's the thing. He's played magnificently, and I think what's happening is that maybe he's got a bit of proof. Maybe he's smarting because he thought he had a bit of a clean slate from the World Cup. Southgate don't select him, so so he thinks, right, I'm going to show you that I am at the level of the players we've chosen, i.e. Reece James, Trippier. And Walker said maybe that's a chance. But then again, it still takes a bit of getting used to seeing Ben White as a right back because, I've always, in the times that, we've watched it at Brighton, at Leeds, we knew that we were signing a multi-position player. But we actually thought we were signing a centre-half or someone who could play in a back three or someone who could play holding midfield. I didn't think right back was a part of his repertoire, but can't complain whatsoever. He's making that position his own, and You know, he's obeying his coach, and you know what? He gives us something attacking wise as well. He's a jet skis, and also he's learnt a few tricks as well. There was a funny bit during the game when you know, so him and Elise, I think it was him and Sahar collided. A hand went in, but I don't think it touched his face. But he went down like he was poleaxed. And then I thought, oh, hang on here, mate. He's learning. Went down, and everyone went, oh, did he get pushed over? I said, what, in the face? And everyone started laughing. Like magic, got straight up. He got straight up. So, you know, he's learning.
Yeah, that's what it's about, man. You have to do some of these dark arts at times, mate. If you want to win titles, yeah, you have to play the game sometimes. Wilfried Zaha is the master of doing that. Yeah, he's always moaning. He's always on the floor. He's always crying at refs. He's done it all game today, crying and bitching.
It was horizontal. But he was still their best player, though. He was still their best player.
He always is. He always turns up against us. He could have had a couple of goals today.
Elise, very disappointing with Elise in terms of, like, from a spectator point of view. You know, Eze as well, if Crystal Palace is running, no Jack Ramsey watches it, big Crystal Palace fan. If I was Eze, I'd be absolutely cheesed off that I can't get in that team. But, you know, today it's an Arsenal show anyway. We've done a sympathy vote for Crystal Palace. But at the end of the day, this is what we need to do, because you look at it, there's still a lot of football left, and there's still 30 points. That's a lot of points. But as I said before, the best way to put teams under pressure, especially your rivals under pressure, is winning. And when you're in front, you put them under greater pressure, because at the end of the day, you're not actually, as much as we're the team in front, the fact that we've got a bit of a cushion puts Man City under more pressure than we will be under. I think the rest of the country are thinking Man City are going to win because of the excellent play of Haaland. But the fact is that the biggest currency in football, especially when you're going for the league, is points and a points advantage. And you know, at the end of the day, they need snookers, and it's not just one of the snookers they probably can avenge when they play us in about a month's time. But they're going to need snookers elsewhere, and I think, apart from Manfield, I don't see where they can get their snookers. But you know what? That's the thing about football. Anything can happen. You know, Crystal Palace weren't good enough to stop us from winning the league. I don't think Leeds are going to be good enough to stop us. West Ham will have a go, but I'm sure they've got commitments in Europe. And then there's Chelsea as well. You know, who knows if they're still in the Champions League? Although that'd be one of the most remarkable turnarounds. They beat Real Madrid, but they could be a situation where maybe Chelsea could be the team to try and stop us from playing. But you know what? It's the same thing with Liverpool. They're still big games, but you know what? You've got to take one game at a time. And one of the best things Arsenal have done this season is that if you take away maybe the iffy records people might think we got against the big boys, the fact is we're getting back to what we were good at, i.e. smashing teams. And it's not out of disrespect, it's because I think Arsenal are top side, smashing teams into the ground. And that's what you need to do. You know, you shouldn't give teams encouragement.
An English football record today as well. It's the first manager to win 9 London derbies in the same season.
Woo! Bloody hell,
that's a quality record, man. It should have been 10. Brentford, we were robbed.
Just think. The Rat Army are the ones who are pointing out these statistics, and it's not being pointed out to us, the Rat Army. So just think. It just shows you like that. Regardless of what how we've been christened as the Rat Army, we're first and foremost Arsenal fans. Yes, we're part of the Rat Army, and let's get it right. I'm proud to be called a rat because I want the best for the football club. But ultimately, I'm an Arsenal fan, just like all the other people criticise us. And it's no drama. It's not an effort to state the facts that we've won 9 London derbies this season, 5 away without conceding a goal. And guess what? I'm enjoying every minute, and I give credit to everyone
every single one of them.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And I give credit to everyone who's in charge, who's been part of this, and I have no problem saying that. Now, people might have a problem with that. That's fine, but at the end of the day, the biggest star in football is the club. Isn't me? Isn't anyone who who has many other leanings towards that? It's not the players. It's not the manager. It's the club. But one thing I will say before I go, and it was great to see George Graham at half time, the 1971 double winning side. Bob Wilson, Frank McClintock, captain fantastic. The captain before Tony Adams. our greatest captain before, but Tony Evans is taking that mantle. And also, it's nice to see Bob Wilson. But let me tell you something now. The reason why I'm emphasising this, because George Graham is our greatest ever manager. Don't let anyone tell you that. All the people around me said the same thing. George Graham is our greatest ever manager. And the fact we're seeing more and more of him at this football club fills me with a lot of pride, because it means that means the club that I know always recognises its stars. And I am glad that finally, and that's one of the reasons why I want to shake the Kroenkes' hand, that they're giving this man recognition. You're making baby steps, but ultimately, George Graham should have a statue. When Arsene Wenger's statue is finished and it's erected, and it's being inspected by the sculptures, and the fans going to have a look, get building George's. Because I tell you one thing, right? George Graham is our greatest ever manager, and he deserves some recognition. It's about time that man got some recognition. No, not just invites, not just getting him on Sky Sports to praise the club. Recognition for everything he's done. The last man to win a European trophy. It's ironic that 3 days ago we missed another opportunity in Europe, and the man that won us the last trophy is now in the ground. George Graham, our greatest ever manager. For God's sake, give this man a statue. He deserves it. Georgie Graham's red and white army.
Love it, mate. Listen, get home safe, man. And glad you've seen a great performance. Love you, mate.
Love you too. Speak to you soon.
Take care,
right,
mate.
bye.